y'all feel? Cause I feel so awesome. How you feel? Awesome. I guess that's awesome. You fine and your awesome. Wanna roll? Awesome. Let's go. Yeah, hands in the skyline. AWE. Some call me awesome. Some call me busy. Call me awesome. Gator on my shirt.
And it would be an understatement to say that we're glad to have you here for the opening day of the NBA. 2K Sports welcomes you to this special edition with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. This is Kevin Harlan to tip off a new year. And tipping off the NBA season, State Farm presents our starting lineups. First, for the Nets, Deron Williams and Anthony Morrow man the backcourt. At the center position, it's the big man, Brook Lopez. They look to him to provide that necessary presence down low. Then there's Travis Outlaw, and it's Humphries in at the four-man position. And looking at the Wizards, all out there with Michael Jordan. They've got Trevor Booker. They utilize his abilities to maintain that presence under the rim. Then there's Lewis, and it's Blatch in at the four spot.
Well, the Nets under new ownership last year, they were determined to make a splash, and they threw some money at some free agents that maybe didn't pan out as well as they had hoped. Guys like Travis Outlaw, Johan Petro, Jordan Farmar. But the big move was trading for Deron Williams at the deadline. He's got a chance to be their anchor for the future.
He'll be the Nets off the tip. Jordan gets his first NBA start.
Well, this is a player who has, without a doubt, become one of the most special talents in this league. Somebody who can be counted on each and every night to do something spectacular.
You know, and one of the coolest things is that we've gotten to see his development up close. I mean, to marvel at how far he's come, the changes he went through, and the players he's become. I mean, that's rewarding sitting here seeing that happen.
Soft touch off the glass. Jordan's got the opening bucket of the night here for the Wizards. Jordan makes the bucket, an important momentous occasion for this young guy, getting his first points in an NBA uniform.
If you get him around the hoop, he's got about as good a touch as anybody in the league, Clark.
There's no substitute, Steve, for hard work. I mean, you put the time in, you get the results. I mean, this guy has steadily worked on that part of his game. He wanted to be ultra reliable in the low post, and he now is. That's as bad a miscue as you'll see. It's good to be thinking a few steps ahead, but you've got to maintain some type of current awareness, too.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Kevin, I briefly spoke with head coach Avery Johnson. One player on his mind in this matchup is John Wall and the spark he can provide on both ends of the court. He said that John Wall just has a knack for making big plays. His defensive abilities allow him to get strip steals and turn them into easy opportunities on the opposite end of the floor. We don't want him taking over the game on the defensive end. Guys?
Thanks, Doris. Here's Jordan. Rebounded by the Nets. This, of course, their first look at this year's Washington squad.
And, I think they may have a little extra motivation because they lost last year's season series to this team.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Well, an illegal screen is one of the toughest calls for the official to make.
I agree with you. He's got to have some sympathy for the referees when they have to make calls like that, but they get paid well, and they're the best in the business, so they can handle it.
Two teams kind of bringing up the back end of the conference. It's not a matchup the top teams are going to pay much attention to.
Well, even if the high end isn't interested, you can bet these guys are. Two teams trying to build themselves up. You can measure improvement in other ways if you're not making the playoffs.
That's a great point. Williams kicks to Morrow. They get a hand on it. Clock at 6. Outlaw the pass to Morrow. Rashard Lewis covering. Over Lewis. Hits the 15-footer. Here is Wall.
Well, it's been a tough few years for the Washington Wizards, but last season was important, finding their point guard of the future in John Wall. Now the question mark is, can they surround Wall with enough talent to become a playoff contender?
And they keep possession. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish.
Well, just the one make here early on. 1 for 5 shooting.
Picked by Humphries. From 11 feet away. And the basket by Morrow. Steve, back to Wall and Rose. You know, Chicago certainly laid the blueprint out for the Wizards last year.
You know, I think the Rose and Wall comparison is a good one because both guys are transcendent type point guards, I think, and also have really good leadership qualities. So if the Wizards can build some talent and get some talent around Wall, then they'll be well on their way maybe to duplicating what the Bulls have been able to do.
Jordan gets the reach-in call. That's his first foul. E.G. and Lee, and he's checked in for Andre Black. Brandon Wright's checked in for the Nets. Vujacic comes in for Anthony Morrow. 1:50 left here in the opening quarter. Wright dishes to Outlaw. Wright with a screen on Lewis. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Outlaw. Pushes it down.
He made sure everybody saw that slam, Kevin. Stayed on the rim for a little while extra.
Maybe he wanted to give his legs a little rest there, Clark.
Jordan inside, covered by Vujacic. And Jordan gets it to go.
Flip Saunders leading the charge in the district. I mean, the Wizards have a lot of young talent, and Saunders has seen this before when he broke into the league coaching the Minnesota Timberwolves. He might follow the same game plan here in Washington.
Feeds it to Vujacic. Back to Williams. Goes up on the wing, and it's New Jersey scoring again. Back to Flip Saunders. You know, even though they are rebuilding, Steve, they do expect quick results soon. I mean, they feel their future is very bright.
Well, the key, Kevin, is John Wall, because if he can develop into one of the top point guards in the NBA, then I think that team can follow suit and grow with him. And if they do that, as you mentioned, they've got the talent around him, some young, good players, then this team could make a breakthrough and start to improve.
Here's Wright. Rebound by the Wizards. 24 seconds left to play in the first. Outside Jordan. Wright with the double team. And they double up Jordan from the stripe. And Booker kicks to Lewis. Good on the three-point shot.
Well, he found the open man on the perimeter and got the ball to him.
Here's Williams. Got it off in time. And at the end of one, both teams putting up some points. Nets out in front, up by 1.
Just the start they wanted to this game. Solid offense. They got good ball movement. Established a nice rhythm.
Yeah, not stagnant at all. Free-flowing and fluid at the offensive end.
And we'll see you in just a moment.
This Saturday, Kevin Durant and the Oklahoma City Thunder take on Dirk Nowitzki and the Dallas Mavericks, live from American Airlines.